Alright, so this is Murderhouse from the editing phase, something like, month and a half later after filming all that. Yeah, I was kind of just lazy and didn't upload this, so, I didn't finish editing and upload this, so, oops. That's fun. Anyways, do enjoy this kind of thing from the past. Also, there was an entire section in here that was meant to be about microphones, and unfortunately, in this intervening month and a bit, I got some Tom mics, so, yeah. I'm just not gonna release that part, and I'll upload, kind of mics and how I use them video, once I get back to the home studio, because as you may have noticed, I'm currently at university, which is always fun, but, yeah. And then I was gonna do like a part 3 on, I was gonna do a part 3 to this kind of series of like software I use and stuff, but I'm thinking I'll just do that in a different video, and I'll give like a part 3 of how I write music at uni. So, yeah, take it away, me from a month and something ago. Alright, what is up everybody? This is Murderhouse, and this is part 2 of the studio tour, which I promised I'd give, and, yeah. I am now back from holiday, so I can film this. Side note, the audio quality might be a bit different because I'm using a camera, not my phone, which is what I used to film the last one, because I accidentally waterboarded it whilst I was on holiday, and now it doesn't work anymore, so yeah. I'm going to take the tour of repair store tomorrow and see if it's salvageable or just completely fucked. But, oh well, let's get into it, shall we? What I got here is a laptop, and into the laptop I have a HDMI cable there. Oops, smacked it too hard. HDMI cable, power cable, and this is going into this USB hub, which has got connected my keyboard, my mouse, my ring light, a charger, the audio interface, an Ethernet, and yeah, whenever I'm not using the laptop for recording, I just unplug that cable and I plug it into my desktop, and it, you know, I just found that to be the most convenient way of switching peripherals between the two of them. Over here, I have this particular, extension lead. Yeah, not my smartest move in hindsight, because this thing has a common ground for everything, so yeah, mother of all ground loop issues. As you can see here, I have a Behringer God, this is like straight up horror movie torch. As you can see here, got this Behringer UMC 1820. And this is my audio interface when I am at home. Here at the studio, this stuff all stays here. Now then, below it, I have this guy here, which is a Motu 8 Pre. This is an old Firewire interface I picked up off the used market, and the cool thing about this guy is that, I'll just turn it on. You'll notice, yep, it just turned itself into an ADAT Pre, which I think is pretty cool, so, yeah, neat stuff. When I go to uni, I'm using my little first interface. It's a Focusrite Scarlett. It's a 3rd gen 2x2. Yeah, cool, cool little guy. In here, I've got 2 different things I use for monitoring, which is a pair of these closed back headphones that came with my interface. Don't mix on those, they're kind of shit for it. And in here, I've got a pair of Biodynamic, back here, I have this mixer, which is currently, I think, plugged in. Yeah. So I use this mixer usually for blending guitars. I might use it for tracking some drum stuff, but to be honest, I have enough channels. It's not a big deal. Also, on the subject of stuff back here, you'll notice I have a bunch of plugs in the back of this Motu. And they're all connected to that stage box, and that just means whenever I put up drum mics, it's way easier. On the topic of drum mics, you'll notice that back there, camera, focus, thank you. Yeah, this thing doesn't focus the fastest. I have a bunch of mic stands. They're not that fancy. Some of them are Hercules, some of them are K&M, some of them are just generic. I think some of them are Samson, and 1 or 2 is just like generic cheapo shit that was kind of a waste of money. Because that's kind of what mic stands are like. Down here, I got a reamp box, this guy here, and this is great because I've done the drums, and I'm going to be doing the lead guitars and keyboards for it. And I get to reamp the rhythm guitars and the bass through this guy, and it just kind of makes my life easy. So, yeah. One last thing I forgot to mention. This is like me from the editing stage coming in, but I realized I never talked about the speakers back there. Those are a pair of speakers from some kind of Sony, like CD/cassette player / whatever stereo system. I do not use those for mixing at all. And the reason for that is just because they color the sound too much. They're hi-fi speakers. They're meant to make things sound good. They're not meant to let you hear things clearly. So I just use those for listening, and I use them for referencing. I pretty much exclusively mix on headphones, and then what I'll do is I'll test them on the hi-fi system to see if, like, there's anything weird going on with the stereo. Phase things or whatever else like that. But, yeah, no, I don't mix on them. I tried once or twice. It was not a good time.
Anyways, so that is the end of the video. If you enjoyed this, then do feel free to, do the YouTube things, I guess. Also, I feel like I need to clarify a mistake I made in an earlier video. In the cover of Drained by Hypocrisy, I complained that my Behringer interface had shit MIDI input-output because I was having this weird behavior with my synthesizer, the JV1080, where I would send MIDI out to it, and it would basically play like one note a second and not respond to the pitch that I was sending it. And I kind of just assumed that was an issue with the Behringer because I didn't really have any other point of comparison. Then I got myself the big like PCR 800 MIDI keyboard that I showed in the previous video. And I knew the MIDI on that worked fine because I'd been using it flawlessly with my laptop since I bought the damn thing off of eBay. And I come back home with it, and I plug it into the synthesizer, and I have the exact same issue. At which point, I kind of think to myself, fuck, it's not the Behringer's fault, it's something with the synth. And I'm kind of sat there worried, because, like, what if, for context, you can usually pick up the JV880, which is like this guy's, it's the one rack unit version, and it's also this guy's little brother, basically. And you can usually pick him up for like 250 quid or so. This synth went for 200, so it's cheaper than its like lower value kind of relatives, so to speak. And I thought it was an absolute steal, and I'm sat there worried, oh man, did the guy try to like dump me off with a synth that has shitty MIDI that's kind of broken up? And turns out, no, the fix was really simple. I just had to go like 5 layers of menu diving and turn off this one random setting. I don't even remember what it was called. I just followed like a 10-year-old Reddit post and it worked. So yeah. Sorry to anybody who I might have put off buying a Behringer UMC. I don't know why I'm apologizing. I have like no skin in anything that Behringer does financially, but yeah, no, that's my fault for kind of bad-mouthing something that wasn't actually at fault. And I just kind of wanted to clear that up because otherwise I'd feel bad about it. So yeah, not the interface's fault. That was the synth having a weird parameter set somewhere. But yeah. Anyways, that will be all for today. I am Murderhouse, and I will see you in the next video. And now I have to edit this and then go sleep because I got back from Costa Rica today, and I'm jet lagged as hell, and I've slept maybe like an hour and a half since yesterday, and I can't be bothered to do the math for the time zone conversions, but let's just, it's safe to say I've been awake for like 24 hours now, and I haven't actually really slept, so, yeah, coffee's running out, so I will see you all in the next one. Until then, Murderhouse, out.